Wow, today's the day. Hello, everyone. How's it going? Hello, hello. Konnichiwa to everyone. Happy time zone. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful time zone so far. What have we been up to? What have we been doing? To those that are new here and this is your first time interacting with me, my name is Cinnamon. It's so good to see you. How are you? We are here today to have a great and a fun time because today is our long awaited podcast. I have not been able to do anything with the podcast just because I was really, really busy in May. And so we decided to just do it now. This is for the month of May. We'll probably do one and we'll probably do an extra at like the end of the year or something. We're just gonna keep marching on, and then whatever is extra, we'll just finish it off. That way we have 12 whole podcast episodes. This is my year-long project for stream. I wanted to see how things go. But hello to everyone. How's it going? Welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. And if you are keen on being part of the podcast, I will let you know what to do. Something that we like to do here on this stream is we like to sing the good morning song. It's a way for me to greet you all who are entering my chat for the very first time at the start of stream. So, without further ado, if it is daytime, drop in some suns. If it is nighttime, drop in some moons. Are we ready? Good morning to chat. How are you? Good morning to chat. How are you? Good morning to you. Good morning to me. Good morning to chat. How are you? Good morning to chat. How are you? Good morning to chat. How are you? Good morning to you. Good morning to me. Good morning to chat. How are you? How's it going, everybody? How's it going? I hope you're having a very wonderful day so far. It is so lovely to meet and hear from all of you today. That's right. Today is the long awaited, it is our Hello Mellow podcast day. If you don't know what Hello Mellows is, basically we have a podcast where my lovely mellows, aka you guys, showcase. I say showcase, but I meant to say like you wonderful mellows, you go and tell me something based on the theme, and I'll showcase what the theme is about just in a sec because I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties on my side. Nothing is showing up. This always happens, doesn't it? It always happens whenever we are currently trying to stream and be a professional streamer. Sometimes I wonder if the scuff follows me or if I create the scuff. Who knows? Anyway, this week's theme, I say this week, but honestly, it's this month. This month's theme is all about summer memories. This month, I challenged you guys. Here we go. Yay! Okay, it's all good now. I challenged you guys to share with me what is a summer memory that you would like to share with all of us. And you can go ahead and check us in over here. You should be able to see the podcast link being highlighted really soon. But we were going to be asking you guys what is a summer memory that you would like to share. And I typically go first, but I'll say it in a little bit. I just want to say hello to everyone. Jerv, it's good to see you. Welcome and thank you for redeeming the first. Guilty, it's good to see you. Guilty, welcome in. Frater, hello, welcome in. Etcha and Cal too, hello, welcome in. Eva, good to see you, Eva. Unless you prefer to be called Nix, let me know. Past as well, I hope you're doing good. I hope your new job is doing and treating you super duper well. I'm gonna turn on the fan really quickly because I didn't realize how hot it would be with all of these lights. I should know, but I don't know. I was trying to conserve the electricity and all that stuff, but it turns out I'm just hot now. Hold on, I'll be right back. I just need to. It's muggy out here. All right, there we go. There we go. Everything is okay now. I turned it on. Frater, good to see you. Welcome in, Frater. How's it going? How's it going? Okay, I was like, it's so hot here. It's my bad. It's hot because you're there. Exactly. It's hot because you were over here. My goodness. There we go. It should be available, right? No, you should be able to see it. You're hot now? Damn, I wish I'm that confident. No. I'm feeling warm. That's what I meant to say. I'm feeling mighty warm. But I think I'm okay now. I think I'm okay. I just made sure that all of my stuff is working as intended. And now I'm good. All right, now I'm good. Anyway, I'm very excited to be sharing some really fun opportunities with all of you guys. Next week, we will be doing a There it is. All right. Hopefully you'll be able to submit it. The original prompt for some reason was a little bit weird, so I did just change it. If you submitted something that wasn't for the memory, I'm so sorry. You might have to change it again. Oh. I am having weird connectivity issues. I think I'm okay. All right, there we go. Chirp, thank you for the pets. But welcome in, everybody. This is the time where I talk to you guys about everything that we've been going. Excuse my raspy voice. This is just what happens when you have been streaming for a very long time. I streamed 4 days this entire week. And although it's been very fun, unfortunately, it's also been a little bit taxing for my voice. And I can feel it. Tio, good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. We are about to get started with our Hello Mellows podcast. Again, this is just a podcast where you are able to send me messages, any advice that you want to share, any memories that you'd like to do. It is all here. I'm trying to see if the Discord got notified already. It is. Yippee. What have you guys been up to, by the way? How has your day been? How was your day since yesterday? I hope it's been good. And Nokia, hello. It's good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. And yes, I am going to be reading them today, so I'm going to give you guys time to submit them. And once we get started, we're just going to get started. Welcome in, Alex. How's it going? It's been a while. Oh, I'm so hot. Oh, I'm feeling really warm. All right, I'm okay. I think I may have accidentally created scuff for myself, and for that reason, I apologize. If you see anything glitching out, close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Just close your eyes. It's okay. You can still hear my voice. That's the most important part. You guys, I have been very much on the relaxing mode these past couple of days. I've been relaxing maybe a little bit too much. I really need to get my butt in gear to do more things. So, for that reason, I decided to go and get I decided to go cold call a couple of like, what is the phrase? Marketing, publishing games and all that stuff. I talked to them and I was like, hey, are you interested in sponsoring this stream? Because I feel like I've been like laxing in that department. I did literally just email people going, hey, I see this game is coming out. This is totally up my alley. Are you interested in possibly paying me to play this game to my community? So that way you can be more reachable, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what I was doing today. So my brain is filled with like emails and all that stuff that's been going on. Anyway, I also went to the dentist and now I am all okay. At least my one single tooth is fine. You guys, I told the dentist today, I was like, hey, you guys, like, I appreciate all the work you did, but frankly, dentists are so expensive for some like really unknown reason, dentists are always so pricey. So I told them, I was like, hey, is it possible for you guys to like tone down the price today? Like, here's my maximum budget. I basically told them like, hey, this is my maximum budget. I can't pay anything more than this. And they were like, bet. And they still cleaned up my tooth and I paid within my minimum budget. So shout out to my dentist. That was so nice. I couldn't have done it without you. If I thank goodness for the kindness of people. Sometimes people are really, really nice. Anyway, my brain is so sleepy. I just woke up from a nap, so I'm still like getting my bearings straight. Let me wake myself up a little bit more before we start stream officially. But how's it going, everyone? How's your Friday been? Have you been taking care of yourself? Did you eat anything good? Have you been doing a lot of exercise? I started running again. That's one thing that I have started doing again. Every morning now, I have been running. Most of the mornings I walk, and then I would run for about like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And I would do it like 5 or so times, and then I feel good. So that's what I've been doing every morning. And so I have been sleeping also at a very interesting time because of it. Because I get really tired every time I run. What's another thing that I did? Oh, after stream last night, I played Deadlock again with my good, sweet, sweet wife. So that's another thing that I did. So in case my brain is lagging a little bit, it's because I am tired from staying up late last night. No regrets. I love Deadlock. Thank God for Deadlock. It is keeping me sane. You guys, can you believe? I feel like I just started my summer vacation and it's actually almost over. To those that are new to the lore, I am a teacher IRL, and I cannot believe that it is almost time for me to go back to school. It is crazy. It genuinely feels like it's just been yesterday that I started my holidays. But no, we're about to go back into a new school year. That's crazy. Alex says, answering to your question, I'm doing okay. Finished night shift, worked out a bit, took a bath and shower, Japanese style, even though I'm Portuguese. What is a bath and shower Japanese style? How does one take a bath and a shower in the style of the Japanese people? I'm so curious. You should nap because you have to take a vaccine in 5 hours. What is the vaccine for? Oh my. Oh my, I hope everything's okay. You shower your hair and body separately? What? I'm so sorry. I'm going to sound so silly. Do you not shower your hair and body separately in the first place? I guess I'm just a little bit confused. I was like, isn't that what we already do? Oh gosh. Am I wrong? When I don't shower my hair like I shower my body? What? I'm trying so hard to understand you, Alex. I'm so confused right now. I think my brain is not awake just yet. Maybe I'm still in like dream realm right now because I'm trying to figure out how does one shower hair and body separately. I feel like we already do that, but again, I could be wrong. Now I don't know. Now I'm second guessing myself. You shower your hair with everything you need to relax, then you fill up the bath and just relax and clean your body. Ah, I see. But I thought you had what? But wouldn't you want to wash your body first before you get in the bath? That way, like, the water isn't dirty. That's the way I understood it, is like, you wash your hair, and then you wash your body, and then when you're all squeaky and clean, you go relax in the tub. I've never heard of people actually cleaning their body in the tub. because I feel like it makes the shower dirty. I don't know. I'm not here to tell you how to shower your body. That's crazy. You're still awake after the night shift? Buddy, I am the same way. I didn't even do a night shift. I just played Deadlock. And I feel really exhausted. Shout out to all the night shift workers, the overnight staff, especially in the healthcare field. We could not be alive without you guys. Take care of your health. Take care of your body. My God. Frauder says, you should teach us how to bathe in a future stream. I can certainly do that. Alex says, regarding the vaccine, it's a tetanus vaccination, which is overdue. Oh my! A tetanus vaccination? I hope you're okay. Cal says, had a terrible night's sleep after that thing crawled over me. Was it a spider? I can feel that. I feel like it's a spider. Oh, I can't imagine. I am actually trying to be more desensitized to spiders, you guys, especially knowing that spiders play such a crucial role in our environment. I'm trying to be like, you know what? Spiders are good. They're a little bit freaky. They're a little bit freaky deaky. I might not like it, but spiders are good for the environment. So I'm trying to be more okay. Similar to scorpions. I'm trying to be like, okay, scorpions exist. It is fine. You know, they're here to do their scorpion things. I'm not here to rob them. They're not here to rob me. If we just stay clear of each other, we will be okay. Spiders are just little web puppies. I try my best to think about them. It's so hard though sometimes. Fun fact, scorpions glow under UV light. I know this. I know this because I have been watching a lot of Maya Higa's streams and Maya Higa's videos, aka Alveus Sanctuary. Guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm thinking of doing like a birthday thing, right? My birthday is in 2 weeks. Did you guys know that? Get ready. You have to give me presents. I'm just kidding. Don't give me anything. I was thinking of doing I've been thinking of doing I don't want to say a charity stream because I'll be honest with you, I also need the money. But I was thinking of doing a donathon is not the right word either. There's just going to be a goal. If we don't fulfill it, it's fine. But like 10% of that is going to Alveus Sanctuary because I've been really wanting to support them so much. They do such cool things with like animals and all that stuff. I'm actually torn in between two places. It's either that one or the lionfish. I found a lionfish extermination group. And basically, in the coast of Florida, lionfish are an invasive species. And literally, what they do is try to get rid of as many lionfish as possible and then sell those lionfish to restaurants so that way they'll be eaten and all that stuff. But lionfish are an invasive species down there, and it's not good. It's not good for the fishes because the local fauna and flora are not able to, they're not able to like grow and all that stuff. So I have been thinking of doing like supporting those kinds of charities that could help, you know? But yeah, that's what we got going on. All right, I think my brain is slightly more awake. I think I'm okay. I have one fun news to tell you guys before we start our Hello Mellows. You guys, you're gonna be excited for this. Reddit finally is unbanned in Indonesia. After I don't even know. I don't know when did Reddit get banned. I don't even know when that would be. I believe the first time it was banned was in like 2015. Yeah, like in 2015, Reddit was banned in Indonesia, and now Reddit is finally back after 11 years of being blocked. And now we can access Reddit for free. We are free. Oh my gosh. I am so happy. If there's one thing that I missed, it was scrolling on Reddit because I cater my Reddit very specifically. So that way it only caters to my interests, which is nice. So I don't see like a For You page or whatever, even though I heard that they have one now. But it's nice. I am so happy. I'm so happy that Reddit is finally unbanned from Indonesia. It makes me excited. We need to have like a sub game night before you go back to work. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I want to rest a little bit more. I'll see if I can squeeze it in. It's in 4 hours. Oh my gosh. Good luck. I hope the tetanus doesn't get ya. I hope the tetanus doesn't get ya. Frater, just so you know, I just looked at your first response. I think you were responding to a prompt that was already there. I don't know if you ended up like submitting another prompt. If you did, excuse me. If you didn't, that's okay too. But you might want to respond to the prompt. You just submit it again? Okay. I hope you don't mind if I don't answer your first prompt. I will say the fellow corner though, because I think it's really sweet. All right, guys, I think we're ready. I am stretched, feeling more awake. Let's get to it. Wait, I have a good podcast. Do you guys like the podcast voice like this? Or do you like it like this? Okay, ready? Or do you like it like this? Is this fun for you? Do you like it? Was that fun? Was that fun? Sorry. I wanted to pull that prank one time. I pulled that prank one time. I'm happy now. Hello, everyone. Hello. It's good to see you. Sorry for the jump scare. I just wanted to do a little pranking, but the pranking ended up being too much prank. Welcome to Hello Mellows. It is a podcast hosted by me with responses from you. And something that we love to do here is we love to read all sorts of stories from around the internet. So if you haven't joined in yet and submitted your own message to be read on stream, feel free to click the link that is on the chat right now while I am getting dragged. This is your host right here, the one with the bug eyes. That's me. Biblically accurate sinner. That's me. Sid is crazy. Comparing me to Sid is crazy. All right, I think I need to make my stuff a little bit bigger though. How's this? Can you guys see it now? Does it need to be bigger? Why is it so tiny? Ow. There we go. Can you guys see? Or is it too small? I'm trying to... I changed it to a new browser. And so I'm trying to see what it looks like right now. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, thank you. Oh, I know. You know what? I normally do it to like. Oh shoot! I'm a silly goober. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, let's do it in like 8. I think 8 is fine. This way you're able to see it. There we go. I think this is now a little bit more readable, right? It's more readable for you guys. Yay! It works. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hello Mellows. We had a little bit of technical difficulty. I changed to a new browser, and now everything is a little bit mixed up. Sorry for the jump scare. I didn't mean to, except that I forgot to like turn it down. That's why. But welcome in. Hi, Cliffy. It's good to see you. Also, Shadow, welcome. Hello. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. How's it going? How's it going? I wanted to make sure that everyone is awake and paying attention. Our Hello Mellows this month is all about the summer memories. So tell me, you guys, what is a summer memory that you have in your heart? What is something that you have been enjoying over the summer? Maybe a memory from childhood, whatever it may be. Our first fellow corner, just a special word from Frater. They say, stay cool, mellows, literally don't overheat. And we know the world is getting hotter and hotter. Seriously, everything is hot. Everything is super duper hot right now. So, without further ado, let's go get started. This one's from Shadow. Shadow has a couple of memories from summer this year. I'm trying to showcase all of it. You know what? Maybe Cinnamon has to move a little bit. There we go. Now you guys can see. Now you guys can see. Shadow says, my favorite memory would have to be from last year where I was in Italy, the place that we lived in temporarily. But man, there were so many mosquitoes that bit me on the first date. But thankfully, the places that were close by were really nice. And I also had the chance to talk in English to certain people because only me and my brother knew how to speak in English. It was also nice to be at the beach, but the sunburns weren't nice. Little tip, if you go swimming into the salted waters and you want to get out and just lay on the beach, I suggest hiding under a shade and drink a ton of water because you will get a sunburn because the salt will make it so that your body will be dehydrated, but you won't feel it yourself. Ouch! Go swimming into the salt. You want to get. Yeah, that's true. Please make sure you put on sunscreen as well. A little tip, if you don't want to get sunburned, please put on sunscreen. The higher the SPF, the better. In the third and fourth day, we went to a different part of Italy where we explored a giant public area. Unfortunately, I don't remember what the place was called. All I remembered was there was this nice lady that helped out my mother when she was slowly getting weaker from the heat, and she gave us some water bottles for free. Really wish we could eat at that place, but it wasn't open yet. But we did find another restaurant where that was the super energetic person, and I feel like he was the main attraction of that restaurant. On the day we were going back home, we also visited the Ferrari Museum, where there were so many F1 cars from the oldest to the newest. Even some shirts and Lego sets were in the store. But the thing I got was a pair of Ferrari sunglasses with like a pouch to store them in. There are some ups and downs about that holiday, but I really liked how the summer was. Despite being super hot there, I really liked going to Italy because of the scenery and me being able to use my other language to talk to other people. That's such a beautiful memory, Shadow. Thanks so much for sharing it with us. Also, Hirosha, welcome in, and Arvs too. Thank you for the 55 stream streak. Welcome in, welcome in. Here's an advice corner. Advice corner is the time where fellow mellows, that's you guys, you can chime in as well and give some advice that the mellows desperately need. Let's say I want to do something. This is from Shadow. Let's say I want to do something and I wanted to do for years, but I can't motivate myself to do it. What can I do to motivate myself if I want to get the special task done? This is tough. What do you guys think? What helps motivate? Okay, you have this task, right? You have this task that you always do, you know, it's like a passion project. Let's say that it's a passion project that you've always wanted to do, but for some odd reason, it's really, really hard for you to do it. How do you make sure to motivate yourself? I think that's the big question, right? Like, how do you motivate yourself? Because that is pretty tricky. That is pretty tricky. Ours says positive reinforcement. Okay. Okay. Mm, I'll give you my thoughts. Cardboard says intention. Pandora says intention. Intentionally, is that what you're trying to say? Like intentionally going for it? Okay. Love that. What else? How else would you motivate yourself in order to do it? I think for me, I'm thinking about it, right? As we're doing this, I'm thinking. I think for me, you guys, When we're talking about motivation, especially for something that you really, really want to do, but you haven't been able to do yet, something that's very important to keep in mind is like the why. Yeah, like the intent. Why do you want to do it in the first place? Why is it important to you? I think the more you sort of focus on why things matter to you, the more you'll be able to like understand yourself and like explain why those things matter. Um but also for me, cuz I struggle a lot with doing things that I want to do. I break it down into like the most basic steps. Let's say, I was supposed to edit a short today. It didn't really happen because I had to go to the dentist and I have that weird anxiety where I wait. I have this thing. I don't know if I can explain it, but every time I need to go somewhere, I can't do any important tasks. I can't do any other tasks in the morning, you know? Because I'm worried that I will miss this thing, even though like my dentist, my appointment was at like 2 o'clock. And yet, I would be up at like 9 a.m. going, can't do anything, can't play video games. I gotta wait here until 2 o'clock because if not, I'm going to be late, which is so silly. So silly. Um, so for me, in order for me to do the thing, I always break it down into like the smallest step. For example, I want to edit a short. My first step isn't to find a short. My first step is to turn on the computer, right? If you want to learn how to draw, your first step shouldn't be to draw a circle. Your first step should be grabbing a pencil, and then grabbing a pen and then finding a comfortable spot. Like that's already 3 steps. I think feeding your brain into like teeny tiny steps, that will help you figure out how to continue from then on. I was just, are you afraid that you'd get distracted, not be able to do what you have to do? Yes, I am terribly afraid of being distracted and then immediately forgetting what time I have to go. I have tried having alarms to remind me, right? Like let's say, you know, I can set an alarm for 12:30 to get ready. I can set an alarm for 1 o'clock for me to drive to the dentist spot. Um and for me to arrive there by 2 because it takes an hour to go anywhere in my country. Um, but even still, I get a little bit anxious, so I just kinda sit there. Anyway, that's what I would recommend for you, Shadow. See if you can break it down into not even small, see if you can break it down into tiny, tiny steps. Can you break down this task that you want to do into teenier, tinier steps? Because if you can, I think that will help a lot, you know? I think that will help a lot if you're able to break it down into teeny tiny steps. I hope that helps. Cliffy says, don't wait for the feeling of motivation because waiting for motivation is a trap. Motivation is not a prerequisite for taking action. Rather, it is a byproduct of it. When you act first, you build momentum. Cliffy, that is so smart. I like that too. I like that too. Motivation is not a prerequisite for taking action, but a byproduct of it. That's so nice. That's so nice. I hadn't considered it like that. And honestly, I should follow that advice too. I should also follow that advice because I also struggle with motivation. And based on what you said, I should not even be waiting for motivation. I should just do it. You guys, we should just do it. So it seems like that's the thing. You just got to do like the freaking ad, just do it. Just do it. uh-huh. Ours says, I'd want someone to know I'm doing something and get some positive reinforcement and also some criticism because I do want to do something, but if I do it alone, it'll feel empty. I just feel like you can't wait for other people though, Arbs. If you wait for other people, you won't get anywhere, you know? I didn't wait to become a streamer. I just decided one day that I'm gonna stream, and that's why I started streaming and I haven't stopped. I feel like if I waited for someone to motivate me to stream, I would never end up being a streamer. Just some thoughts. Some thoughts. Some thoughts. I hope that helps a little bit. I hope whatever project you're doing, Shadow, you'll be able to come back to us and tell us that you did it. A fellow corner. I love the fellow corners. They're my favorite part because this is like you literally just don't have to be this nice, but you guys are just the sweetest. Um, this is from Shadow. I hope everyone is healthy and hydrated this summer, especially the people in Europe, because the heat this year is insane. Make sure you drink a lot today so that nothing bad happens to you. Not just drinking lots, don't forget to eat fruits. Fruits have good water retention and fiber. Those are two very good things. Don't forget to eat your apples, eat your watermelons. That's how you beat the summer heat. Sometimes, in my opinion, I don't think water is enough. You have to eat your fruits. Take it from a Southeast Asian that deals with this heat pretty much all their lives. If I don't have fruit, I don't think I'll be able to. Alex says it's 1 p.m. and it's 33 degrees already. Holy smokes! That is, I totally understand that is like uncharacteristic for Europe. That's pretty normal for us, but yeah, that is very uncharacteristic for Europe. That worries me a little bit. I hope you guys are staying safe. Oh my gosh. Does the Cinnamon like mangoes? I love mangoes. Thank you for asking. Mangoes are one of my favorite things to eat. They're just so juicy. The peak today was 40. Yeah, that's so hot. That's so hot. As a fellow Southeast Asian who deals with 40-degree weather, I empathize with what Europe is going through right now. I do not wish our weather upon my worst. Maybe I would. Maybe I would wish our weather to our biggest enemy. I think I would wish Southeast Asian weather towards my enemy. I was going to say I wouldn't wish my worst enemy to experience this kind of weather, but actually I think I would. It's not that bad for a punishment, to be quite fair. There goes our future sponsors. What do you mean? All I'm saying is that our worst enemies, they can experience a little bit of discomfort, like the Southeast Asians before it. Also, Asian, hi. Welcome in. It started raining. Oh my gosh. Bless the rains down in wherever you live. Make it 50 degrees C and we have a deal. Ooh, okay. I feel like 50 degrees C is really hot. I'd feel bad. Paz says it's 7:20 a.m. and it's 22 degrees Celsius here. Oh my gosh. 22 degrees Celsius is pretty cold. For me, who's not used to it, 22 degrees Celsius is cold. Which is crazy because I lived in Wisconsin and I had to deal with like -0 weather. Asian says, is that you wishing for me to get wet? No! I'm just saying I'm blessing the rains. I feel like rain is always a blessing because it does get hot in here. Anyway, keep telling me what kind of weather you guys are having. I'm so sorry for all the weird weather that's going on, you guys. Anywhere from 25 degrees and below is hot AF. It's cold AF. Interesting. You went cycling with friends? Ooh, this sounds fun. All right, our next submission is by Cal. This one's by Cal. Hi, Cal. Everybody says. The first time we talked about the favorite summer memory. The first time I ever flew to America to visit my dad and his new girlfriend, my future stepmom, was torture for 8-year-old me because I was stuck on a plane and this was the furthest I had ever been from home. But everything was so big and shiny in the United States and all the Americans fawned over me because I was cute back then. Pictures. Just kidding. Do not send me your childhood pictures. Do not send me your childhood pictures. I'm kidding. I still remember getting off the plane and going, woo! Honestly, Cal, I feel you. The first time I stepped foot in America, I also felt that way. I understood. Okay, you guys, I feel like it's hard for you to understand what America is when you are not American and you've lived all your life hearing that America is really great. Because there's an excitement that builds up, and it's really, really, it's palpable. Like you can feel it. You can feel it. Um, and I remembered coming from Indonesia and then going to America and then going, whoa, this feels awesome. I remember stepping onto Chicago for the very first time, going, oh my gosh, golly, this is crazy. Like it felt like everything was brand new. Like the air, I could taste the air. It tasted so different. So I hear you. I hear you so much. What is it almost summer? Is it summer already? It is summer already. Oh, we're starting to hit our hot summer days here. Is it that hot where you are? I hope so. I hope so. Anyway, Cal, thanks for letting us know. I hope you had a good time in America. I know you were 8 years old. I don't know how much you remember, but I hope it was good. And this is a very lovely message from Cal. Cal, this is so sweet. Cal says, I love you all. Aww. Cal, you're the cutest. You're the cutest. This one is from Alex. Alex's favorite summer memory was working part-time at a farm. There was a nest of cats, sheep, dogs, snakes, wild boars, etc. You get the point. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, that's so fun. I also lived in a farm once, but it was winter and it was very cold, and we had to get up at like 5 a.m., 4 or 5 a.m. ish, to milk the cows. And girl, 4 a.m. in Wisconsin having to milk the cows, it is an experience I want everyone to try because there's something so I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. There is something so special about waking up at 4 a.m. in the dead cold of winter up north Wisconsin, milking cows. I think everyone has to try it once so that way you understand nature. That's all I'll say. Relaxing? I wouldn't say it was relaxing. Relaxing is not a word that I would describe having to wake up at 4 a.m. to help with farm chores. Personally. However, however, it was pretty fun. Um, it was just like there's something so scary, you know? It's scary. There's something scary about like waking up at 4 a.m. and like everything is quiet, right? Like everything is so quiet. There's literally you and the cows. I hope you guys get to live in a farm somewhere. Farm is great. Now I gotta find some farm somewhere in the wintertime. Guilty's charge. I would love that. Let's all become farmers in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin. Gotta put on your thermal optics just to go to the barn. Yes, because it was that cold. It was that cold. I'll leave it to the professional mixers. Oh my god. Not the professional mixers. Milkers. Yeah, professional milkers. We call them farmers. Sleepy. Okay, did I mute my mic in time? I had to sneeze a little bit. Did you, I don't know if I muted my microphone in time. I hope so. Cinna, I have a DM. A dungeon master? A dominator? Uh, uh, what's a DM? Oh, oh. Enoki just sent me a message. Now, I'm not going to say who sent me this message. I probably should not. I probably shouldn't. I probably shouldn't. However, I probably shouldn't. I'm just saying, though. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Someone sent me this message. Interesting. I have to get going. Work calls. Have a good one, Pass. It's good to see you. I knew it. No, you don't. You have no idea who sent this message. There's no proof in chat that you know who sent this message. This is from an anonymous fan. This is an anonymous fan mail for me. Thank you, anonymous user. So nice. So nice. Yeah, damn, that's crazy. Who sent that? Who would send me that? That's crazy. Alex says, can you give me advice about how to become a billionaire? I actually can. If you want to become a billionaire, you have to get rid of your humanity. You do. You have to put business first and people second. That is the only way that you can get rich. You have to kill that instinct to help people. Or become an NSFW furry artist. You're welcome for this pro tip, everybody. Pick up a pencil. Become an NSFW furry artist. Instant billions. Unless you find a genie, yeah. Ask the genie to grant you one wish and one wish only. Tell the genie that you wish to learn instantly, like learn how to draw. Like the fundamentals of art is all of a sudden in your brain. So that way you can learn how to draw furry porn. That will get you into $1 billion status. And Noki says, I saw someone sell a furry dog for 6,000 USD. And Noki, this is why you have to jump into the furry market. That is, I'll be honest with you, furry adopt for 6K, that is like mid numbers. I wouldn't say that's low or that's high, but I feel like that's kind of mid numbers. I have seen adopts that are so good that they get outbid to like 10, 12,000. The furry what? Someone asked how to become a billionaire, and I said that there's only 2 ways to become a billionaire, okay? How do you become a billionaire? 2 ways. One, you either get rid of your humanity, your like charitable nature, your desire of wanting to help the human race. You got to get rid of that, and your only focus is just money, 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 money. How can I exploit this person as much as possible without me getting in trouble? Or the second option, start learning how to draw really, really good furry porn. Boom. Billions. Rimu, so good to see you. Welcome in. I am so sorry that you have to come here and hear me talk about this. But honestly, though, am I wrong? To those that are just now joining us and heard me talk about furry porn, sorry, we are currently doing a very special podcast. It's called MALLOWS. We have it once a month where we talk about themed stuff in our Discord. It's a podcast by you, hosted by me. I'm not gonna lie, that's a really good business. I'm telling you right now, it's good business sense. Pick up a pencil, learn how to draw. Learn how to draw. Seriously, it's good. It's good business sense. Because you will be able, like, yeah, 6K is mid numbers. Guys, I have seen adopts that are so good go, like, okay, I don't know how to find this artist. I tried looking for it while I'm just yapping. It was like a Pegasus form furry, a Pegasus adopt. So it had like the wings and the horn, um, and the artist rendered it in such a way that the lowest, like to buy it outright, was like, I don't know, like 1,000 USD, but people just kept on bidding them. Like they kept on outbidding each other, and the price went up to about, I want to say 9.5, 10K, right? That's all I want to tell you. I'm not saying, but like you gotta understand the reason why they have such demand and why they can price the art at that range is because they are a very well known furry artist. You can tell that this ain't their first rodeo of drawing furry art. This is like their bread and butter. This is like their 9 to 5. This is like their 24/7, 5 days a week kind of shtick. You know? No, I meant what I said, 24/7, 5 days a week. That's how many times that they do it. And that's why. You gotta get really good. So yeah, that's how you become a billionaire. You're welcome. Friday says, meanwhile, we who work 8 hours a day. Yeah, it is hard. However, I won't lie, you guys, they also do an insane amount of marketing, so like they do the work. It's not just because they're a really good artist. Of course, the talent helps, but they're just really good at marketing their stuff. Like I'm pretty sure they're also big on TikTok and not about posting commissions. They make like silly, they make silly like memes about I don't know what kind of memes that they make. Um, but they make like memes and they're OCs and they're like furries, obviously. But yeah. You're welcome. Be a furry artist. That's how you get the top dollar. Oh, and let's not forget commercial rights. Because if you want to like stream with it or whatever, that's added money. Also, fursuits. Like if drawing isn't for you, fursuit. 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 Fursuits are expensive. That's what I'm trying to say. How can it be 24/7 if it's only 5 days? I'm telling you right now, the 24/7s is within those 5 days. That's how often they do it. Anyway, shout out to the furry artists in the community. Shout you out. I love you if you are a furry artist. You're so cool. Oh, what it is? Oh, sorry, Alex. This is the fellow quarter. You guys, I have to read this in his voice. Mellows of Sinalot, today we shall fight not only for glory, but for those in need of our love and comfort. Let the tides of the river guide you to your path of life. Remember, pancakes are better than Whoa, that's crazy. That last statement, I don't know if Sonoran can endorse that. That's crazy. Pancakes being better than waffles, that's a little bit too far for my taste. I do love me some waffles. They're crunchy. Pancakes are better than waffles. Rah! Alex, I was with you until that last part. I'm not gonna lie to you. I agree. We are fighting for those that need love and comfort. I agree that we should do our best to just do our best. However, the pancakes bit, I don't know. I do love waffles is the thing. And this one's from Frater. Hi, Frater. Frater is here to tell us their summer memory. Frater's summer memory is little Frater used to visit a place called Laguna Hot Spring Resort every year as a kid, swimming in relaxing hot water, enjoying homemade food, and making memories with cousins. That's so nice. Oh, that's so nice. I also miss. I think the one thing that I really miss about like my childhood is that I don't have the same connection with my cousins as I do back then. Like I feel like when we were kids, it was easier to like play with the cousins, you know? Um But as we got older and all that stuff, and for me especially because I left the house, I felt like it became harder and harder for me to like interact with my cousins because we all developed our personalities and some of them became very insufferable, let's say that. But anyway, I miss that. I wish I could go back to the time where I could play with my cousins nonstop and we don't have to worry about things like taxes and when are we getting married and all that stuff. You had fond memories with your late grandparents? I love that. That's literally the best. My biggest summer memory is watching my dad and his brothers, my uncles, um, fight over ping pong because he is a big ping pong buff, and so are the uncles. And so they would host like these, I don't want to say competitions, but they do host like these mini competitions. And they would get like incredibly weirdly confident and also competitive over it. And loser has to like jump in the pool or something. It's something silly like that, you know? Like, oh, if you lose, you got to jump in the pool with your clothes on and all that stuff. Um, oh, and also they would like play poker with like their own money or whatever. That was also fun to watch. Ping pong can get really competitive. I agree. Ping pong gets intense. Ping pong gets intense. If you've never played ping pong with your relatives before, be careful. It might get intense. Morning, Mysterious Emblem. It's good to see you. We are currently doing a podcast today. It is our Hello Mellows monthly podcast where we read submissions from you. Come join in. Our um um our thing today, our theme for today is summer memories. Mm-mm-mm. And Frauder, of course, would like to remind everyone, please do not overheat. It is not good for you. Don't overheat. Don't overheat, okay? This one's by Guilty as Charged. Ooh, Guilty as Charged. Welcome and thank you for submitting a response. Here's Guilty as Charged's favorite memory. My favorite summer memory was going to the water park. To be more specific, it was Water World Oceans Park in Hong Kong. It was really fun because it was with my aunt, brother, little sister. I also lost my glasses, but now I have it back. It was fun spending time with your family. It makes life feel a little bit easier. Thank you for reading, Sana. Oh my gosh, thank you for telling me and thank you for sharing it with me. It makes me happy to know that you had such a good time at a water park. I really want to be able to go to a water park too, you guys. Full Cliff, hello, it's good to see you. How's it going? We're reading through some summer memories by our Mellows. How have you been? I hope you're having a wonderful morning so far. How are you? How are you? But yeah, I think going to the water park is a great way to spend the summer, especially because it's so hot, right? It's so hot. Um, ooh. Oh, this is tea. I'm sorry I called it tea. That sounds bad. Guilty as Charged has questions and would like your advice about something. I'm having a really big confusion if I should break up with my girlfriend. She already cheated on me twice. Should I break up with her? I love her so much and I want to make this relationship work. Please give me some advice. Oh, this is really difficult. Let it be known that I want you to know that I will not be here and encourage like the making or breaking of a relationship. I don't think that's in my jurisdiction personally as a streamer because that gets a little bit too personal. However, I will talk about this as though I know all the details, right? Let's not forget. I want to establish two things. Number one, I cannot control your life. I should not be controlling your life. I am a streamer on the internet doing funny memes. However, if you are looking for some of my opinion, what I would do to help you make this decision is I want you to write it down, all the things that she has hurt you over, big things, small things, whatever it may be. I want you to read it to yourself as though As though as though you are listening to it from another person's POV. Like pretend you yourself is your best friend kind of stuff. See if you would tell your best friend to stay in the relationship. Personally speaking, I don't know if I can do that for you because that's not within like the stream how do you say? It just feels a bit too personal for me. But I will let you know this. If my friend tells me that their partner has cheated on them, I will probably advise them to walk away. I'll let you sit with this. Help them walk away. Like I don't think it's a good idea for you to maintain a relationship where the trust is already broken. And I would probably advise my friend to do the same. You know, I would probably tell my friend, like, hey, seems like he has broken your trust. Seems like, dang, you are real upset about this. I don't think you should continue this relationship. You know what I mean? But I can't tell you what to do. I don't feel comfortable about telling you what to do with your life. And I do not want to be responsible for any relationships that might break up due to my advice. But yeah, like let's say Enoki, let's say are those feet emotes in my chat? That's crazy. Enoki, can you make that for me, please? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Enoki, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Unless. Cliffy says, in my experience, once a person has cheated, it will only continue, and over time, it will increase in frequency. But that is in my own personal experience. What you choose to do is totally up to you. I also agree with Cliffy. There is, I believe in second chances, right? But I believe in second chances away from me. That is how I approach people who have hurt me. I believe in second chances. However, that second chance should not be with me. It should be with someone else. Whether it's like a friendship breakup, whether it's with like a relationship breakup, whatever it may be, you are allowed a second chance. Everybody should be allowed to make mistakes. Whether you think the mistakes is like moral or whatever it may be. But I just think the second chance should be done away from me until you feel like they're ready to make sort of like a more committed thing, you know. Yeah, Enoki, Sina feet emote when? Pandora says feats almost make you a billion. Oh, that's another thing. If you guys want to be a billionaire, you should consider selling your feet pics. I'm just kidding. That's crazy. I can't wait until Alex comes back and we can just talk about this with him. Mellows, hi, it's good to see you. Welcome in. We're currently doing a podcast today. It is our monthly podcast where we talk about things based on your submissions. It is a podcast hosted by me, and highlights you. Molly says the problems that make someone want to cheat aren't going to go away without a lot of time. There we go. There we go. There we go. Mello says, I also want to point out that it is completely okay to forgive somebody for something they've done, but also forgive. But that does not equal access to you. Ooh, Cliffy, that's a good one. Yeah, you can forgive someone, but that does not mean that they should have access to you again. You know? And I think that's the best way to live. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you can have your second chance, just not with me. Have your second chance with someone else, you know? Go have your redemption with someone else. Because to me, I don't want it anymore. I already forgive you. Have that second chance with someone else. There's one more thing that I wanted to say about this topic. I don't mean this to be like in a very doomer way, but depending on how old you are, there is a chance that the relationship just might not work out because you are too immature. Um, and I'm not saying you are immature. I'm not saying she's immature. I'm not saying anything of the sort. However, I do think the Cinna at this current age is not the same Cinna of last year. I'm not going to lie to you. I genuinely think that the Cinna of last year does not exist anymore. The Cinna of this year is a different Cinna. And that was only a year, you know? But I did a lot of self-reflecting, and that's probably why. There's another brain that I wanted to say. There's one more brain cell for this. But yeah, I cannot decide this. I cannot tell you what to do. However, I want you to look at all the things that she has done to hurt you. Think about it from like a perspective of your friend and go, okay, if I am listening to my friend talk about this thing about their partner, would I tell them to stay or go? Because I think that will determine whether or not you should go, you know? This year, Sina is in her villain arc. That's true. I am ready to take over and conquer the world. I want to take over the world. Also, hi, Chakwa. It's good to see you. Welcome in. How's it going? I'm taking over the world. That's all there is to it. If I can think of anything else, I'll let you know. But I can't think of anything else. But yeah. One thing I heard for this. Ooh, Enoki's gonna drop some truth bombs. Chakwa says, is the breakup thing real? I'm so sorry. I will always assume that everything you guys post in Hello Mellows is real. I will never assume that you guys would lie to me. So if you do lie to me, how dare you? I'm just a little baby. You've already taken over our hearts. That's step one. Yippee! I've already taken over your hearts. Full Clip says the world's cutest dictator. True. That's me. Mello says, as someone who got cheated on before, I don't believe in a relationship after that. After sometimes I can become friends with them again. But as far as a relationship, that's the end. Yeah, I think there you go. These are some opinions from the chat room. And Noki says, there's a quote for this. If you love the wrong person this much, imagine how nice it would feel with the right person. Ooh, I love that. That's a really powerful quote. And honestly, I agree. Imagine how lovely it would be with a person that actually treats you right. I want you to know, though, I need you to know something. If you do choose to stay. Chat, you may agree or disagree with me on this one. I have just seen someone done this, right? You can agree or disagree with me in this one. After some time apart, if you choose to forgive them and continue the relationship with them and they are actually committed to change, that is a good thing. Because that happened to a friend of mine. That has happened to a friend of mine. And they both, not just one person, they both acknowledged that he made a mistake, right? They both acknowledged that he made a mistake. He cheated on them. But they both came back with a fresh mindset to the relationship and going, hey, I'm forgiving you of this. I'm forgiving you of this. However, you cannot treat like that mistake did not happen because it does happen. You know, and if I seem a little bit untrustworthy of your actions, you are going to have to convince me that I have no need to worry. So for them, it was like he's okay with the girl being super suspicious with him. And eventually that trust did form back up again. And as far as I know, they have been very happy and at peace. And he has not continued the mistake, you know? He got caught once. Literally, they broke up for like a matter of 3-4 months, I think. They came back together. And from what I can tell, they are happier than ever. But they both acknowledged it, that it was a mistake and he will not repeat it. like it wasn't her mistake, it was his mistake. Does that make sense? So it could continue, which is why I'm like, you have to decide, because at this time you are not giving us enough information and context about what to do. And I think a lot of us will tend to go for like the gut reaction of, oh, you cheated on him, or oh, she cheats on you, break up with her. That's sort of our initial gut reaction, and that's always everyone's initial gut reaction to a friend saying like, oh, I got hurt by my partner. Which is why don't talk shit about your partner unless it's something really dangerous. Please do confide in your friends if your partner is doing some really suspicious things to you. That should be something that you tell close friends and loved ones. It's important that you do, so that way you're not spiraling out of control as well. But if it's like petty stuff, my pro relationship advice is keep the petty stuff to yourself, man. It makes people question whether or not you really like your lover. My personal opinion. That's it. It happened to a friend of mine as well. It is definitely possible to get back, but yeah, it really does depend on the person. There you go. There you go. The only person that can answer, the only person that can answer whether or not you should get back together is yourself. The only person that can answer whether or not you should continue to pursue the relationship is yourself. The only person that can, X, Y, and Z about the relationship is yourself. So, answer it for yourself. I will say, if you are thinking about it already, perhaps that's a telltale sign. That's all I gotta say about it. Do you know how people go, I think I want to get married to this person? Like, that's pretty much a telltale sign. That's a telltale sign that you want to get married to the person, probably, because your brain is already thinking about it. The answer is yourself, correct. You will find out within your heart whether or not the answer fulfills your wishes. Anyway, that was a really long yap session. I hope this helps, Guilty. Of course, Godspeed to you. I wish you the best in whatever relationship, in whatever you decide on your relationship. All I hope that you do what is best for you. If you choose to walk away, I hope you walk away with your head held high. If you choose to stay, I hope you can have the humility to stay, and I hope your partner is able to also come with the understanding that she made a mistake. I hope that makes sense. Sethi, hi, it's good to see you. Welcome in. But yeah, as always, I always say this, trust your instincts. Everybody has to trust your instincts. Hell all, Seth says. Very, very wise words from Seth. Hell all. What a nice thing to say. And you guys call me mean? Oh, and this is such a good advice. You matter and everyone cares for you. Oh, thank you, Bubble Pop. You're so sweet. You matter and everyone cares for you. Don't always hold in your problems. Tell them to someone. Agreed. Tell them to someone. Tell them to someone. Always tell a trusted adult. Emphasis on the word trusted. Tell a trusted adult about your problems. It makes your problems seem less, I promise. This one says, guess who? I don't know. Who is it? Oh, it's Anoki. Anoki also says, as a final thing, if you can't decide now, let time answer it for you. Oh my God, Anoki, those are such beautiful words. Those are such beautiful words. Do you know how I know that this is Anoki? It's because the first thing I read was toes. The only person it could be is Anoki. Favorite summer memory, when my bestie touched my toe with socks on. But honestly, going on a date with my bestie, specifically where we just asked 100 questions under the stars, it was hella gay. Historians will say they were just good friends. That's also one of my biggest core memories. I keep on thinking about it. That was so much fun. You guys, me and Anelki went to a park. We laid down a blanket and we asked each other like questions. I Googled like 100 questions, like 100 random questions. And then I asked Enoki for a random number. And then I text I would answer her and then she would answer the question, you know? It was so fun. It was so fun. Guilty should listen to the last part of my submission. Oh, what's this? Ooh. Um, here's an advice. Oh, do you want to talk about this first? I'll read Enoki's Instagram thingy here, just because I think it relates back to the previous prompt. Heard this on Instagram. Just because the ocean is pretty doesn't mean people go there to drown. Sometimes we can love something so deeply and still choose to walk away from it for our own sake. Oh, that's so sweet. Sometimes we can love something so deeply and still choose to walk away from it for our own sake. Those are such good words. That's them bars right there. Just because the ocean is pretty doesn't mean people go there. Maybe to drown is a really interesting way to say this analogy. Maybe it's just because the ocean is pretty doesn't mean people go there to drown. Huh. I really like that quote. I just took a different meaning from it. When you said just because the ocean is pretty doesn't mean people go there to drown, um, it makes me think of like how just because someone is nice does not mean does not mean that they're kind. Do you know what I mean? Do you know how like niceness and kindness are like two very different things? Um, that's the way I thought about it. Like just because someone is nice to you does not mean that you can relay all of like your deepest, darkest secrets into them, you know, and be vulnerable about it. I don't know why that's the message that I took. But I like yours better. Sometimes we can love something so deeply and still choose to walk away from it. There you go, you guys. Sometimes you can love something so much and you still walk away. The prettiest things can kill you, type she. Type she. Type she, type she. Mello says, write that on a pepper is pepper. I don't know why I said it like that. Pepper is pepper. Put it in the Louvre. Put it in the Louvre. Enoki has an advice with not advice. Enoki is seeking advice. That's what I meant to say. I struggle with anxiety, so people making connections IRL is something I can never understand. Online is easy, just join someone in a game. But how does it work IRL? Say you have a crush on a barista, how do you approach it without being weird? Alternatively, you think that barista seems cool and just wants to be friend with them. How do you talk to them? What do you guys think? How do you make offline connections? Michi, hi, it's good to see you. We're currently hosting our podcast. Also, Saku Dog, hello, welcome in. It's good to see you too. Not everyone's saying don't. That's crazy. No, we need online friends too, you guys. We need online and offline friends. Having offline friends will ground you from looking at your phone constantly. Because that's something that I realized. If I'm meeting up with someone offline, I am never on my phone. Full clip says you scream at them and you want to say and then run away. That's fair. Um, I think for me, I never force interactions. So usually if I think someone looks cool, I just find something to compliment them about, you know? I'm like, "Ugh, hey, I like your jacket. Or hey, I like the way that you do your hair. Where do you do your hair? People respond based on their responses to your questions that will tell you whether or not I think you'll be able to see if they're up for being friends. And Noki says, I'm so blunt. The first thing I think of is to just be honest and give them a note saying that they are cool. But apparently, that's too autistic. Is it? I don't think so. Actually, I am not a good judge of this because I'm either German or I have autism. There's no in between. And since I'm not German, I'm pretty sure I might be autistic. Um, do you start with small talk? Nyeh, nyeh, maybe. I don't know what I thought that is small talk. I thought complimenting someone and telling them that they're cool is small talk. Is that not cool? I feel like a note is scarier. Nietzsche says, what if they answer mind your own business? That's your answer. You know, like how someone responds to your questions is, I think that's pretty obvious that they don't want to be friends with you. So just like move on. A no would get you bullied? It will? Oh my God. I could be wrong, but I think people would generally like out of the blue compliments. I agree. I think people are actually really nice. And if you are genuine with your um, if you're genuine with your compliments, I think people are actually super okay with it. Nietzsche says, yeah, but it will hurt my small kokoro. I understand, but you have to go through life like, I don't want to say you have to go through life expecting to be hurt, but you also have to like build up that resilience. You know what I mean? I'm saying this as gently as possible. Like, you have to slowly build that resilience of being rejected, or else you will not move forward with your social skills. As Seth says, you are not owed a nice response. You can kind of, to me, I learned how to read people's moods. So even from the very beginning, barista, right? The example that you asked for is a barista. If I'm in a coffee shop, and I go, hi, can I have a XYZ? And they go, sure, it's gonna be this, blah, 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 blah. Like, once I can hear that their voice is not enthusiastic, that is probably not the time to give them a compliment. So I will just take my coffee and go. If I see them and they're like, oh, hey, how's it going? I'll be like, hey, I love your nails. Your nails are really cool. I love the lipstick that you're wearing. It's really cool. Where did you get it? Um, if you want to be friends with someone, my trick is not the right word. That sounds like I'm manipulating people. My dialogue tree is to give them a compliment followed up with a question immediately. Hi, your nails are cool. Where did you get them done? Hey, your lipstick is cool. Where did you get them? Hey, I love your jacket. I love this brand too. Is there one in the mall? Do you know where it is in the mall? You know, get them answering a question that's easy for them to answer. That doesn't take like an extra second to think because they are on the clock and you don't want to bother them too much. Match their energy and manipulate the conversation is exactly what Cinna said. That's crazy, Seth. That's crazy. I actually received a compliment from a girl out of the blue while on the mall and left that I didn't get to reply. See, that's a good thing. And okay, that means you are cool. And I've always known this about you. You are cool. You know what? If you had played your cards right, she probably could have been a friend. But maybe she just wanted to compliment you and go. I think that's pretty telling too. Like, she probably just wants to compliment you and then she probably just wants to leave. I'm the same person. That's something that I do too. I just want to compliment people and then I go, you know? Mimi. Last week, someone told me I have pretty eyes and it took all I had not to fall over. Oh, full clip. That's so cute. I bet you have pretty eyes. I bet. For me, a lot of small talk is done online before meeting IRL. That's fair. And I know you said that a lot of your friends IRL are office, like work friends. I will say being in the same place, like a workplace friend, does help with making offline friends. Like, there's so many things that I've done with my coworkers and I end up meeting new people from that. So, something to keep in mind. Mm. A small kokoro can't grow into a big kokoro without trying. That's true. You have to try. That's the most important part. Guilty as charged says, what did I miss? You missed me reading your notes. You can always go back. You can always go back, Guilty. Seth says, compliments from strangers really do hit different. They do hit different, for sure, for sure. I want to compliment someone and run away. I'm embarrassed. That's okay, but I think you should just compliment them. Also, thank you for watching through the ads, you guys. I really do appreciate it. Enoki says, I asked because the risk you have to possess for you to succeed in this is hard. I agree. I agree. It is really, really hard for you to possess that kind of riz. It's really, really hard for the acquaintance to turn into a friend pipeline. But it does happen. It happens to me, you know? I would meet someone new. I would be like, hey, you're really cool. I would ask them questions. And then I don't know. I am someone that chases. I'm like a very forward person and I chase. So I would go, hey, do you want to hang out? You know, hey, do you want to come hang out? I have this thing that's going on. Sometimes the easiest thing that you can do is like see if there's any like art meetups in your city or like book meetups in your city. That's another thing that you might want to do. Because art meetups, you get to draw. There's an activity that you do. And then you're like, okay, I am doing this activity. I'm also meeting people, you know. When I went to an art meet the other time, I didn't really ask for anybody's like Instagram accounts, mainly because I stopped using my personal Instagram, to be quite honest with you. So I didn't really get to like know people, but I will say having a social media account helps. Having like an active social media account helps. So if you go and meet up with like fellow artists in the city or whatever, and Instagram has a ton of pages like that. Just be like local artist meetups or something. Sign up to join, look around. If there's like everybody's like focused on doing their art or whatever, talk to like the coolest person that you see and be like, hey, this is my first time here. How's it going? You know what I mean? It is scary. It's scary to try and meet new people, but I think the experience will help you a lot because it will make sure that you are building your resilience. You don't become better by doing easy things. You become better by doing hard things. That's why everybody should do hard drugs. I'm just kidding. Live life on hard mode by doing and getting addicted to hard drugs. Oh, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That would be crazy. But it will help you with your resilience. No, the only reason why I can joke about that is because I've had cousins that were in jail for that. I love using humor to cope. Yum, yum, yum. When I was young, a boy asked me for my number, and honestly, that lives rent-free in my head. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Nobody has ever asked me for my number. I also don't make myself available. I think the thing about me is that I am too like friend. Like my instinct is to be friendly, you know? Because I don't really enjoy the attentions of the romantic aspect. And so it's like good on my friends that have been hit on at the clubs and they enjoy it. It's just it would be nice if it could happen to me, but I also don't really want to go to the clubs. Does that make sense? Like it's nice to want the attention, but also I don't think that's going to happen for me. I don't put myself out there enough. Seth says, I have also this mental thing where if someone is being nice to me, I think they're lying. I need you to know that that's a very mean thing for you to do to someone. That's really mean. If I'm complimenting you and you think I'm lying, I would be very sad, Seth. I'd be very, very sad. Fardo says, as much as I'd like to give compliments to random strangers, I wouldn't want to be perceived as weird or perhaps even dangerous. Frauder, I completely understand. I know it's a little bit tricky for those in like as a guy, I think this is the toughest part, and I feel for my male friends too. Like sometimes you just want to compliment a girl without it in meaning in a relationship way. You know what I mean? Like I've had I am friends with a lot of guys, and they were talking to me about how like, dude, I just want to compliment someone on their cool hair without it sounding um creepy or without it um sounding like I want something else from them. And I was like, honestly, I completely understand. I'm so sorry. That really does suck, but it is scary for us girls to have a random man approach us and go, "Hey, nice hair." It's really scary. Even I would be scared if someone were to like come to me and be like, because I just recently dyed my hair. If someone were to come to me, especially if it's a guy that I do not know, if they were to come up to me and go, "Hey, nice hair," I think I would be also just be slightly cautious. Um, I know that about myself too. But I know it's tough. That perception is really, really tough. So I feel for you. I feel for you, but I also understand how scary it could be as the girl. It's hard, man. It's hard out here. XM, hi. It's good to see you. Welcome in. It's Hello Mills. Seth says, I can't take compliments instead of hearing good work. You did an amazing job. I'd rather have someone say, hey, you didn't screw up this time. That's surprising. That's fair, Seth. I think people accept like compliments in different ways, you know? Um, but, 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 um, yeah, I do think people that are complimenting you, I promise you they're not trying to be mean or they're lying. I think they're telling the truth. And I'm sorry that you think that way. And Oki says, unfortunately, I didn't give him the number because I had no SIM card. Oh boy. It's like, oh my God, there's this one time my sweet friend was at the club. I was going with my friend to the club in America. It was at a bar, to be fair. And someone was hitting on her. And she was like, hey, this guy's really cute. I really want it. Um, can I please have my phone? And I was like, okay, hold on one second. Let me give you my phone. Like I was holding because I was the one with the bag. Um, so I was holding everyone's phone with me. And I had to like look through my bag to find her phone. Um, and she went to the guy and was like, hold on, sorry, I don't have my phone. You know, but she said it. I don't know how she said it, but I think the guy was like, hey, it's okay. If you don't want to give it to me, that's fine. Have a good night. And then he left. And she was like, no, I do want to talk to you. I can't remember what happened that night. I think she managed to get like his number or anything. I don't know if they texted or whatever. But I just remembered that clearly happening as well. Because I get it. Women have used all sorts of again, for good reason. Women have used all sorts of excuses to like deny a man gently, uh, right? To let down a man as gentle as possible so as to not risk our own physical well being. But I understand, like, he was so respectful. He was like, oh my gosh, sorry, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. I'll go, have a good night. And she was like, no, 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 no. I want to give you my phone number. It's just like, my friend has my phone. And he was like, no, 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 I get it. It's okay. I think they had like a little, like, he was thinking that she wanted to reject him gently. And she was trying to say, no, it's the truth. Cinna has my phone. And I'm trying to get it back from her. And this fool of an elf is taking her sweet time trying to find the phone. Um, But yeah, it took me a sweet time to find the phone. It was buried deep into my purse. So sorry to that. He's okay. It's okay. He was being very respectful. And good thing is I think they did end up texting. I don't know. That's not, again, I don't snoop into my friends' lives until they want to tell me things. Like, as soon as they want to tell me something, I'm sat and I will listen. But if they're not ready to tell me anything, I don't snoop. I don't ask questions. I just wait. Because I know the pressure of like, oh my gosh, why are you asking me these questions? You know what I mean? So I just rather, I don't know. I just rather they just tell me. Can I try? Sina, do you come here often? Oh, why I do. Thank you for asking. What about you? Oh, Sina, can you read my encouraging words again so Guilty can see it? Yes. Sorry, I'm yapping and also looking at just things. This is Anoki's words of encouragement. Just because the ocean is pretty doesn't mean people go there to drown. Sometimes we can love something so deeply and still choose to walk away from it for our own sake. That's what Anoki said. So I hope that helps you out a lot. Sina, 1 dot, and I'm going to a lesbian bar. Dot. Alright, I got you. I gave you a dot. But yeah, he was sweet. I'm pretty sure they ended up talking. I'm pretty sure they did end up talking, which is a good thing. Anyway, that's Enoki. I hope that helps. Enoki, I don't know how much of it you took on. I kind of just like started talking about my experience with like making connections online. I would say the easiest way, again, this is not easy either, but the easiest way is to look up at your local like Facebook page, your local Instagram page and go, okay, what cool low-key events can I go where people are doing one activity that is low-key and could make for conversation? For example, book club. For example, art club. For example, movie clubs. I'm sure there are movie clubs around where people just like buy. I want to start a movie club. That sounds fun. Maybe I should. Maybe I'll start like my local movie club. I'll just be like, hey guys, pay for yourself, but we're going to go see this movie. And if we have enough funding, we'll be able to like get people tickets in the future. I don't know. Cause that's something fun. Like the local art club that runs here, it's called Art Meetup or something like that. They have every month they just like go to a nearby mall and they contact the mall authorities and they're like, "Hey, can we use the food court for this meetup thingy?" And the mall's usually like, "Yeah, no, for sure, let's do it." And then they end up doing it and you get to meet a bunch of people, you know? But yeah, I personally would rather like meet people that way instead of online. Just because I feel like you build up a lot of expectations online, um, and makes it really, really hard, you know? Mello says, what about Board Games Club? Exactly, Board Games Club. That sounds fun too. Seth says, Facebook dating be like this local person is interested in you and they're on the other side of the darn country. That is true. That is true. Be careful of hearing someone say local person is interested in you. Nietzsche says, closest way if I want to interact with real strangers is probably go to slow bar cafes. There you go. That's a really good idea too. Bar cafes. I in my personal opinion, I think where you end up meeting your partner, like where you are, you'll end up meeting someone like that. So if you know, in my personal opinion, if you're going to the clubs and you're meeting people at the clubs, don't expect them to be a homebody. You know, most likely the people that are going to the clubs actually enjoy being at the clubs. So don't expect them to be like someone that will stay around and play video games all day kind of person. You know what do you sort of understand what I'm going at here? Like match the expectations is what I'm trying to say. Like if you go to someone and you meet up with someone and they're like a big art person, most likely they're going to enjoy another art adjacent activity. Don't take them to go out like rollerblading. They might not enjoy that. I don't know. Could be. Is Sojover for me gonna find the love of my life on Valorant lobbies? I mean, it happened to me. I found the love of my life in a Valorant lobby. I'm still married to him too. Fun fact, I met my girlfriend through Facebook dating. Ooh, yes. Facebook dating. Yes. I love that, Frater. I'm so glad that it worked out for you. Don't give me that. Me and Chamber are married, have been married for about 2 years now, okay? We had a lovely ceremony. Everything was amazing. I'm head over heels. I've stayed committed with him throughout. So, you know what? 2 years of bliss, I would say. I met the love of my life there. I met my ex through Twitter, and there's a reason why that person is now your ex, Enoki. Ugh. In my opinion, I don't think Valorant is a bad place to meet people. I do think, like, Twitter and, like, especially Twitter, judging just from the whole rage baitedness of Twitter recently as of late, it might be a questionable place to meet people. I'm not yucking anybody's yums. I'm just saying that perhaps it is not the best place to meet the love of your life. Listen to Ed Sheeran, okay? The club's probably not the best place to meet my love, so the bar is where I'll go. Because bars are typically slower, jazz is playing, it's very chill. Usually, atmosphere in bars are very chill compared to clubs where it's always like, woo! You know what I mean? So, there you go. Now you know. I did meet the love of my life through Twitter, though. That's true. I met you through Twitter, so that's fun. There's a place when the customers freely interact with the barista. Oh my gosh, Nietzsche, drop us some suggestions. That's so fun. Seth says, Jakarta is a little bit too far for a walk for me. Aw, come on, Seth. Exercise. Exercise. Exercise, buddy. Then you can come over. Mello says, can I get a recommendation? Because I'll be there in 2 weeks. There you go, Nietzsche. Send us some recommendations, okay? This one's by Mally. Mally, hi. This is Mally's summer memory, you guys. My favorite summer memory is an amalgamation of memories from when I was between the ages of 9 and 11. My Nana used to work 3 weeks a year for a summer camp and got to take me along for quite cheap due to her job. For 5 days a week, for 3 weeks, a bunch of kids and adults would drive out to a group of buildings in a large wood, where I got to meet all sorts of kids and spend more than one night away from my mom for the first time. My first time horse riding was there, as well as my first time going on a tire swing. I didn't even have to be outside the whole time, as there was a PS1 and I got to play games. Mostly dancing stage Euro edition with a bunch of different people. We also had karaoke every week, and I even won a dance competition each year. I always look back at my times there very fondly. Oh, that's so cute, Valley. I'm feeling the giggles. Woo! It must be so nice when you can feel like memories that were twinged in orange and like sunset colors, because that's the colors of summer for me. It's always like neon pink and orange mixed together. Like that's my summer. So it's nice. That's so nice. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's so fun. Wow. I highly recommend Kedai Jakarta in Pasar Minggu. The barista is super friendly. Ooh, I'm gonna put this in my brain cells. Nyam, nyam, nyam. You'll be going to Jakarta with the love to meet the love of your life. Oh my gosh, congratulations. Have fun. Enjoy. Nietzsche says their lattes are superb. Wow. And they roast their own beans. They will enlighten you about coffee. That's so cool. I love people that are so smart about things that they're interested in. Like, to me, I think people that are like super smart about their favorite topic is the coolest. It's the coolest. I love it. I wanna go there. I don't know where Pasarmingo is, so I'll have to look it up. You have to go. Have a good one. Full clip. Don't forget that you have beautiful eyes. They open from 8 to 13. They open from 8 to 1. What? They open like 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Is that what it is? 8 a.m. 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. I think that's easy. I can't do late nights anyway. I am normally asleep by 10. So I can't do late nights. So mornings work for me. Mornings work for me a ton. No advice for Mallow. Mallow says I'm all good. Thank you, Cinna. Aw. And this is what Mally says too. You are worth more than your brain says you are. I promise. That's so nice, Mally. Thank you for the lovely, lovely comment. Oh, this one's from Pandora. Or Pandora. Ah, Pandora. I love it. I always like to stroll around the beaches. It was always my preferred method of enjoying my vacation on sandy shores, even if I don't favor beaches. However, I stroll around beaches not to swim, but to collect the spoils of whatever may the shores bring finest. A hobby that existed from my youthful times. Once I enter the sandy shores, I loot whatever catches my gaze. I came, I saw, and I loot. May this personal tradition of mine continue fill my void of personal obtainment. Oh, look! A full scallop shell. Pandora, I love the way you write. That's so fun. Thank you for sharing me your favorite summer memory. I think what you should do is get a giant jar and then collect a bag of the sand of the beach and then some like little trinkets at the top, as many trinkets as you can, like a bunch of shells, and then make like one of those like layered jar thingies. So at the bottom is the sand. The next layer after that is like the 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 shells and all that stuff. And then you go to a new beach, get new sand, put the sand in. So that way it looks like a layered cake of sand. And Oki says, all of my crushes weren't necessarily smart, but a lot of them are nerds about something, which made me have a big crush on them. Me too! Me too! I love nerds that love something that they're interested in. Bubble Pop, have a good night. I'll see you later. Thank you so much for coming over, Bubble Pop. Pandora says, too late. I might be getting a big old storage box. That's an even greater idea. I hope you have a great time, and I hope you can show us your collection sometime. Pandora says video editing tips regarding mostly about captions like placement and effects. I don't know if I can give you any video editing tips unless you really like my video editing. A lot of my video editing, I pay someone else to do it. A studio, like I've been working with Studio Pandak for some time. And they do a lot of my editing. A lot of if you notice like basic editing, like yesterday's short, the short on Thursday, that one I edited myself. If you enjoy that one, then we can talk. But for me, I just try to put captions. If it's in a short, like in a YouTube short, at most there should only be like 2 or 3 words for a caption. That's what I prefer, at least. I prefer like 2, at most 3 words of what I'm talking about for a caption. And then I place it slightly above the text. So like the sort of like UI text, like the YouTube short title, etc., etc. I don't know anything about effects. My favorite effect is the zoom in effect. I love doing a zoom in effect and then adding like a zoom, like a zoom in SFX. That's all I got. Pandora says, for a fellow corner, try practicing on what you used to do. You never know when relearning a skill is actually quite amusing and self-achieving. I agree. I have been doing a lot of cross stitching. I started going back into video editing slowly but surely, and it's been very, very fun. I love it. Pandora says, now that you mention it, my captions were quite long in my recent vid. There you go. Hopefully that helps. I would say long form, like if it's a landscape video, you can get away with having longer captions. It's the shorter videos, like if it's a short, I would probably do like 2 or 3 captions. That's my shtick. Next up is exam. Favorite summer memory is probably that time I went to a cliff beach resort because a family on my late grandfather's side dragged me to come. So I went and got myself a souvenir, which is a piece of oyster shell I found on the sand. Then, the moment I finally tried boba, my jaw was sore like a beep. After that, because I ordered a large cup. The first time you tried boba, your jaw was sore. Honestly, that is so relatable. I am the same way. I think the first time I tried boba, I like literally chewed so much. Literally so much. So much. Thank you, Sina. You're welcome. I hope that helps. Yeah, it's hard to chew on boba. It really is so difficult. Oh, here's a question from exam. I have a question. If an orange is called an orange, why is an apple not called a red? I don't know. What came first? What came first? Orange, the color, or orange, the fruit? Because if I'm not mistaken, the fruit came first. Because the orange, the seed, that's crazy. You're right. I think the reason why the color orange is named orange is because the fruit existed and people are like, hey, that's a pretty color. Let's turn it into a color. What is it called? Well, it's the color of an orange, so it's called orange. And I think, but yeah, I don't know. Wouldn't apples technically come from? I don't know. This hurts my head. Nietzsche says, well, chocolate is called chocolate in Indo. What came first? I don't know, Nietzsche. Don't ask me difficult questions. I'm just a weirdo baby. Cacao beans. Like exactly, cacao beans. I'm just a weirdo baby, okay? Please. Please. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I have no questions. Anyway, that was a fun. My brain hurts thinking about that question. Exum says, if you ever felt useless, remember that back in World War II, 3 German pilots and Bf 109 fighters managed to get themselves shot down by a freaking miniature train. So you're not useless. Encouraging, I think? I'm not sure. I feel bad. I don't think that's a very nice thing to like compare yourself to. Let's try not to use like the people being shot down as like a fun little reference. I feel bad about that. All right, moving on. This one is by Nietzsche. Favorite summer memory. One of my favorite summer memories is spending my holidays at my grandma's house. When people say, oh, I went to my grandma's, they usually mean visiting a small village. For me, it was the complete opposite. I grew up in a small village where there was nothing but sugarcane fields. So whenever I went to my grandma's, it meant getting to enjoy modern entertainment in the city, watching movies at the theater, playing ding dong. Ding dong! And experiencing all the good old pop culture activities. That's where I also met up with my fellow weeb friends. Nietzsche, that's so cool! I love learning new lore about all of you guys. See, I did not know that you grew up in like basically just like a sugar, like a rural farm with sugar canes. I grew up in a farm that was like filled with wheat. Thank you for turning me into a rat. Squeak squeak. I'm so glad that you had a good time visiting your grandmother. in the big old modern city. I hope you keep enjoying being part of that modern city. Oh, Nietzsche has some advice, you guys. Let's hear it. I need advice. I will be moving out this weekend to a rented house near my new workplace. Yippee! But here's the thing, I am so overwhelmed with all of my stuff, some of them are fragile, to pack up, and because of that, I haven't packed a single thing yet. Help! Okay, all right. Remember what I said this a little bit in the beginning of stream about what to do. In my personal opinion, you have to break down tasks to the most tiniest step. So the first step for you to pack up your things is what? Start in one corner? No, it's to get a big box. Your first step is to get a box that could hold your things, right? And then the way I do it is like, to me, the first step before moving is get a box and like all the things that I would need to pack up my things. That is the first step. So let's say that you're moving out in like a week. The first 2 days should be about packing the non-breakable stuff. Things like your books, things like your clothes, right? Clothes, books, bed sheets, whatever it may be. Pack all of that up first and just live off of essentially just like 7 whole days, 7 to 8. Pack enough for like 8 days of like clothes. Does that make sense? Exactly. Your clothes should be first. For your Gundam collection, I can't help you, to be quite honest with you, because all my all my figurines are still in their box because I'm too afraid of like taking them out and them getting scratched. Whatever. What does the internet say about like how to pack? I don't know. Does anybody here know how to like pack Gundam stuff? There's your biblically accurate Cinnamon. If anyone knows how to pack Gundam stuff, do let us know. I have no idea how to do that. Packing up Gundams, to be surprised, not my thing. Boxes and packing peanuts? Yeah, I think that was sort of where I was thinking. That's where I was sort of thinking. Packing peanuts for sure. Just like big boxes, a lot of packing peanuts, like a ton of packing peanuts, and just maybe slowly put it in there, you know? Yeah, the box should be cardboard. I hope this helps. When it comes to kitchen stuff is another tricky one. I don't really have any advice for kitchen stuff. Again, it's just packing peanuts. All I do is just packing peanuts. Although what I ended up doing is I ended up putting a bunch of my plates with my really big fluffy blankets. So I put my big fluffy blankets in the middle of like in between a bunch of my plates so that way they don't get broken mid-transport. That's something that you can also do, right? If that helps. So you go, yeah, I know, I'm sorry. Now I feel bad. I'm so sorry. It's really tough out there. I can detach some of the parts and put them back in the boxes. There you go. But I will be honest with you, packing up kitchen stuff is probably the most difficult, you know? Says, I think the biggest concern for plates and bowls is them rattling around against each other and breaking that way. Yeah, which is why I always recommend, big load of something at the bottom. Big load of something in the bottom, and then put like a thick sheet. Then put the plates on it, put another thick sheet, plates on it, sweaters, whatever it may be, plates on it and all that stuff. Try not to stack more than like 2 or 3 at the top so that way it's not too bad. And be careful, don't make things too heavy. Sometimes it's okay for you to make 2 or 3 trips. Is it possible for you to move to your new house like in separate installments? You know, like let's say like it might, depending on how many things you have, it might take you a couple of days to move. It's okay. Yes, it's expensive, but it is okay. Biggest concerns are monitors. Monitor and PC, I would say leave it to the very end. If it's possible for you to move a lot of like your household items first into the new place, and then the next day or something you move your PC and your monitor so that way that's all you're worried about, I think that will help you. Do you have friends? Having friends would also be very helpful. Advice for sharp objects from the kitchen. Provide cover for bladed objects and place it into a small store together to fit into a large box. Heavily recommend to place kitchen knives in a chef's knife bag set. That is an excellent point. That is an excellent point. Yeah, fair. Levy is helping you pack up. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. I've never heard of a chef's knife backpack, but that's cool. That's cool. But take it slow, okay, Nichi? One room at a time or one thing at a time. I know when the time that I have to move out of this house, it's going to be really difficult. So I understand. I'm cheering you on, buddy. You can do it, okay? This is Nietzsche's Fellow Corner. I'm reading Romance of Three Kingdoms recently. There's a story about Zhuge Liang. Left with almost no troops, ordered the city's gates to be opened and calmly played his kujin atop the walls as the enemy approached. Rather than attacking, Sima Yi suspected it was an elaborate ambush and chose to retreat, trusting Zhuge Liang's reputation for brilliant strategy. Yeah, psychology, reputation, and mental toughness is probably stronger than anything. Oh, that's so sweet. Remember, you're only as tough as you think you are. So if you think you're super duper tough, guess what? You're gonna be tough. The key to going through hard things is to just get hard. That's all I say in this stream. And you guys need to start listening. Alright. What does that say? That says, when I move out, it'll be super difficult task. A lot of big things to move. I bet. It wasn't easy when I moved all of my things from America to Indonesia. And Oki says, life is hard, so I need to get harder. Exactly. You guys, I'm so proud of you. You guys are understanding so fast. I'm so proud of you, you guys. Last but not least is Seth. Seth says, growing up in my neighborhood, my neighborhood had a community pool that everyone went to. Back in elementary/middle school, all the kids in the neighborhood would ride out bikes around all day and then go to the pool to cool off. The pool used to host birthdays and other holiday events and were always in a good what? The pool used to host birthdays and other holiday events, and they were always a good time. I ended up being a lifeguard there throughout most of high school, and the community was awesome. I wish I could go back to the simpler times. Oh, that's so nice. The neighborhood had a community pool. That's so fun. Oh my goodness, that's so nice. I love that. I love that you had such an awesome like community where everyone is able to like jump in, ride bikes, go to a pool. That sounds so fun. This is coming in late since I'm watching the stream, but I want to get better at taking compliments. Any thoughts? Oh, this is so tough actually. I know I was talking to you about it, but I think this will require a lot of like deep inner work of just going, why do I feel this way? You know, I think the first step to acknowledging it is like ask yourself like why do you feel that way? Why do you feel like someone is lying? And then ask yourself this like if I were to compliment someone and they think I'm lying, how would I feel? Right? Because I know for a fact that if I think someone is lying, I'd also feel pretty sad. Especially because I genuinely meant it. Um, Besides that, I think you have to learn to also talk to yourself in a really nice way. Exactly, practice. Hi, Asa, it's good to see you. Good to see you. Another thing you have to do is just to practice accepting it. So if someone says, do it in your head, of course. Like if someone says, like, hey, you have really nice hair, think in your head, like, I do have nice hair. And then go, hey, thanks. 2 words. What you are going to practice talking about out loud is just 2 words. Hey, thanks. Or thank you. Or, oh, that's so nice. Thank you. If you want to be longer, right? I have a script. When someone compliments me, I go, oh, thank you. And it's always the same intonation and it's always the same uh, reflex. Because to me, having that script in mind allows me to go, all right, I have an established script. I've said thank you. I've acknowledged their feelings. Now I can like continue the conversation. That kind of thing, you know? Um, I, maybe that's also too autistic. You didn't think about it in that way? Yeah, it just like anything. Just like everything in life, you have to just practice it. Don't know how to take compliments? Practice saying thank you. Right? Q, hello, how's it going? Hello, welcome in, Mellows. It's good to see you. Hi, Q, it's good to see you. How are you? You guys, I went to play Magic a Million with Q a couple of days ago, and I couldn't stay because I had to go to the bathroom for 40 minutes. Welcome into all the raiders that are here. My name is Sidorin. I love all sorts of things yapping, and this is our monthly podcast where I talk to you about our chosen topic of the week. Our topic of this month is about summer memories. If you'd like to contribute your summer memories, we are all ears and we will read it out in stream. This is a podcast by you, hosted by me, and we'd love to have everybody join in. How was your stream, Q? What were you up to? And hello to the cuties over from the picnic. I hope you're having a wonderful night so far. Mello says, thank you, you too, but it's the air stewardess telling me to have a good holiday, so I ran away quickly with my face all red. That's why I'm telling you, the script should not be thank you, you too. Don't say that, because that sounds ingenuine. Don't say thank you, you too. That sounds genuine. Say like, hey, thank you, or aw, thanks. Make it sound a bit more sincere. I'm teaching you how to manipulate yourself into being a good social person because I had to learn what it means to be social person. Asa, thank you for the 5 streak. I appreciate it. Enjoy your movie. Thanks, you. Again, you guys, the script is, hey, thank you. Anyway, to all the raiders that are here, thank you so much for coming over and saying hello. I appreciate you. If you do have to go raid and run, thanks so much for being here. I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, okay? Take care. Take care. A really good advice I can give about compliments is start with tolerating yourself first. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If someone says you're pretty, you can't accept it. Start with, maybe I'm not as bad looking as I thought, and then slowly work from there. There you go. You just have to accept it. The first thing you got to do is do your inner work. Like, why do you think that someone is lying when they're giving a compliment? Or why can't you accept it? Like, if someone tells you, like, hey, you are really cute. First thing you got to do is maybe think to yourself, like, wow, maybe I am really cute, right? Good luck, Seth. Being a human is not easy. I am teaching you how to be human. I have practiced by observing humans all my life. That's how I know how to be a good human. Yippee! Uh, Seth says, you did a great job making it through the school year. Good luck on your future education endeavors. Thank you, Seth. And I hope that those future education endeavors does not make me stop streaming because I would be very sad. But thank you for the compliment. That's so sweet. I did do a good job. This year was so hard and I did it. This school year was crazy and I finally did it. I can't wait for next school year. And hopefully next school year is just as good and just as easy. I'm praying. Anyway, those are all the responses from Hello Mellow this month. You guys, we're all done with Hello Mellows for this month. That was summer memories. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. This was so awesome and I loved being able to hear your stories. Thank you for asking advice and being brave, even though it might be uncomfortable to be like, it might be a bit uncomfortable, to be vulnerable, but I hope it helps you practice that vulnerability is a good thing. It's okay. It's okay. Okay? Anyway, I am off for tonight so that way I can rest. I can feel my throat a little bit tired, so I'm gonna go rest up and I'm gonna send you guys off to someone else tonight, okay? Thank you always for hosting Hello Mellows. I love Hello Mellows, and so it's always fun for me to do it. I enjoy it a lot. I can't wait for the next one. All right, you guys, we are going to be raiding out, but thank you so much, Q, for the raid. But now you can join us with raiding someone else, which is awesome. We are sending the love to a very special artist. I've always admired this artist, and I really love her art style, so I think you are going to love her too. She rarely streams, so every time I do, I always try to go see her. You almost fell asleep. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're cozy and comfy about it. You enjoyed this stream. Thank you so much. Well, I hope to see you guys again for the next one. The next one is going to be on the last week. Either the last week or the first week. I want to try making it on the last week of July. So we're going to do the next Hello Mellow on the 31st. I'm still thinking about a theme. And I hope next time you can give me... Oh, I know what the theme is. The theme is about video games and like nostalgia and all that stuff. So... that's what we're gonna do. Anyway, you guys, we're gonna go right on out to Sunshine. I am thinking that this weekend we watch a little bit of Bochi the Rock. So if you'd like to join me, that's what we're gonna do. I just want to say thank you everybody for coming over. I hope to see you in the next Hello Mellows. It's very fun for me, and I'm so glad that you guys are also enjoying it. If you want to tune in, so that way you know what's up, you know what the tea is, you can come find us over in the Discord. That way you will know when Hello Mellows are coming up or any other fun events that are happening. And if you are keen, I am starting to post weekly shorts. I try to post like once every week at least, but I'm trying to up it so that way it's like 2 or 3 every week. Anywho's, we're gonna go raid on over to Sunshine, and something that we like to do when we raid is we like to sing a song to just close everything all up. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. Let's go say hi to Sun. Don't forget to copy the raid messages. And as I sing, please drop a bunch of emotes down below. Let's go! Goodbye to chat. Goodbye. Goodbye to chat. Goodbye. Goodbye to you. Goodbye to me. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye to you. Goodbye to me. Goodbye. 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 Have a very lovely night to everybody. I'm so sorry I'm a little bit off tonight, but I hope you have a great time over at Sun's stream. Have a good night. I'll be resting for the rest of the weekend, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye!